Hello, purpose of this video is just to give you a walk around of my Tesla Model X 75D. It's named Megatron by my kids, and yeah, just kind of introduce you to its features, give you an idea of kind of the external appearance and the options that I went for in this, and then obviously the interior as well. Just basically give you a bit of a walk around. So I'll just kind of go around. You can see it's midnight silver, 75D. What that means is 75 kilowatt hour battery, not the 100 version, which is also available. That will give you an extra kind of 40-50 miles of range on a full charge, but does come in at an extra kind of £17,000, and really just didn't need that range. Do more day trips, kids school drop off, etc. Just didn't need that kind of extra range, so to us it wasn't worth it. You'll see got 20-inch wheels, not the 22s. So as much as I do like the look of the 22s, just again the range hit that they give you of what 10% or so wasn't something that I really wanted. And that plus the fact that, you know, those bigger wheels, lower profile tyres are just going to get curbed a bit more, so you're paying what, an extra £5,000 just to spend more money potentially fixing your rims or having to get new tyres. So just stuck with the 20 inches on that. And just to point out, if you don't know, it's a 75D. What that means is it's dual motor. Okay, so motor on the front axle, motor on the rear axle. But that's all Model X's come in that variation now anyway. So that's the outside, you can see there. Let me just grab the key. I'll show you what the key looks like. And the key, I've got a case on there, shaped like the Model X little version. And on the front there, double click the front, you'll see, there you go, there's the front opens. Give you a quick look in there, we'll look at that a bit later anyway, but there you go, give you an idea of the size. Obvious benefit of electric car is that there's no engine, so you get this extra storage space, and as you can see in there, really quite a useful space. Fits a pram or US version stroller, and it's still got space left over in there. So see, I've got an umbrella, and you could obviously put a few more things in there, so I'll do a video about how big and how useful that is another time. So there we go, put that down. There you go. It's a cold morning, as you can see, so a bit of ice on the front. So I know it's dirty anyway, but that just obviously kind of adds to the look of dirt. What was I going to say? So the front doors. Now, on the package here, I didn't get for the premium upgrade package, so I do have to press the button on the driver's side to open it. Premium package. It's kind of auto entry, so it opens automatically. Other things as well, but yeah, it's still, the nice thing is, even on the standard thing, the standard options are that you can control all the doors internally, and they will all close when you close all doors, etc. So let me just give you an idea. We're a Falcon wing door that everyone seems to love. There you go. And I said if I triple click, 1, 2, 3, they all close. So, you know, that was the useful feature for me. I didn't need to pay what, £5,000 for premium upgrades, so that I can have a door that automatically opens when most of the doors do all the automatic features anyway. It's standard. What else we've got to say on the exterior? Nice big boot. Okay, I'll talk about the interior in a second anyway, but good thing again, so if you can't see this, under here I've got some mats, and you see this lifts up more storage space. So even with a 6-seater variant, what this is, you still see a nice, perfectly adequate boot. This is kind of the size that we need. Rarely do we actually need to put these 2 seats down. Find it more useful to have those extra seats available at all times. But yeah, there you go, that's your exterior. And let's go in the driver's side. There we go. And if I put my foot on the brake when I get in, which is in a minute, this just automatically closes. Okay. There you go. So let's turn to the interior now. So you see it's a nice cream interior. I've got kind of wood effect trim. You can get the carbon fibre trim as an option extra for what, £1,000 or so. Just kind of, you know, wife's preference here was cream and brown. She thinks that looks better, so let's try and listen to the wife as do. And you see what we've got here is actually a 6-seat interior. So 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, complete with kids seats obviously. And then if I press that button there, this moves forward, and then we've got 2 in the back. There we go. 2 seats in the back, fold down, press this button. Okay. Gives you a nice big boot when they're both down. If I press this button here, back up. There we go. Cup holders, USB charger there, and then you'll see nice lot of room with a 6-seater. The reason we went for 6 seats is, well, 2 reasons. The extra space it gives you in the middle is a bit like a minivan type thing. You can go from the sitting in this area in the front, and you can say to the kids, obviously not when it's moving, get them out, and they can step back and go to the rear side. Also, the extra space this gives you for the passengers in the back, they can put their feet into this area here, which just makes you feel a bit more spacious. And also the fact that that 6-seat variant just has that single touch, nice electric seats, gives you a nice luxury feel. Right. And you'll see here what I've got some fairly cheap mats from China. They just kind of protect the carpet, but they're quite nice. So they're always something you can consider getting afterwards, just to protect the floor a bit. And then for the passengers, kids, excuse the mess, we've got cup holders in here. We've got USB, 2 USBs, so 1 USB port for each. That's good for charging their tablets. And yeah, press the button here. Well, you can press the button here, sorry, to bring it down, which I'll do. Just to show you on the other side, we've got different ways of opening and closing. Obviously I can do it from this, but we've also got the option of pressing the button here to lower it down in addition to this. And also if I just double click this, that will close it down as well. There you go. So let's jump in the passenger side. Give you an idea. Oh, my wife actually has me sitting there, so it's a bit of a struggle to fit in. So we've got a nice big screen, all your features controlled centrally. So we've got music and Spotify here, navigation screen. You can go full screen, press that button there, bring it back down to half screen. Energy usage graph, so you can see there, gives you an idea of usage and how your driving style is. You can see where the wife's been driving it. Doesn't seem to watch the consumption so much, but it's been really cold, and typically cold short journeys, as with a petrol diesel car, your kind of mileage per gallon, if you want to put it this way, or kind of watt hours per mile, is going to be high, so you're not going to get the range that it basically is rated for. Rear view camera, parking. And then if you press this, you've got heated front seats. They're standard. Go. You can control the climate from here, front and rear climate. So that's the front climate. Press rear, and it will actually detect there's no occupants. So it will base it on that. Driver heated seat there. And you press this button for controls, and you can see what we've got here. Door controls. Okay. So I can close it all. This is a really nice feature for the family. Get the kids in. And I've just obviously shut that down because I'm not in the passenger side, sorry, not in the driver's side. And yeah, let's open this up. There we go. Go back to controls. So I have to unlock this, okay. So you can move the seats back and forward in the rear. Just turn this off, this climate's a bit noisy. So we can move them forward. Okay, that's moving me forward as well, so the seat can tilt and move it back. Okay, we've got suspension, so all new build Teslas now have smart air suspension. You call it, so you can have very high through to very low, and that will raise and lower the car. And that's GPS kind of linked as well, so you can have geotagged areas where if it comes to an area where you want it high because there's bumps in the roads, etc., it will automatically raise the car to deal with those bumps. It's quite a nice feature, and obviously you can have it set different standard or low depending on speed, etc. But I like the kind of driving feel of low, so it's pretty set to low as standard, and then it will raise when it comes to geo-fenced areas. Okay, so you've also got different options here. This can change your acceleration, whether it's chill mode to slow acceleration, but standard. And you've got different steering modes, range mode, which will kind of limit the aircon, so that will save a bit of battery potentially. And you can look at your trips, affect the display. So you've got day mode, you've got night mode. There we go, night mode. And auto, this will kind of automatically will adapt this. And then we've got charging, and this will basically give you an idea of kind of how many miles you are at when it comes to your battery. You can control your open the charge point at the back of the car, etc. So, and in here, here we go. This is your driver's display, so that will be your speedos, etc. You can control or choose the options for what displayed. So I've got music and I've got energy guard. As you're driving along, this will show kind of a replica of the road on the basic form and show you cars ahead of the autopilot. It's not something I went for. I didn't go for autopilot or enhanced automatic driving. So kind of enhanced, what would it be? Enhanced cruise control on the motorway, etc. It's a feature I loved when I first test drove the car. You know, the fact that it can basically keep in a lane, automatically change lanes, keep a certain distance from cars in front, made it so relaxing to drive on long journeys. But I just don't do the long journeys enough to make it worthwhile, so it's an option we didn't go for, but certainly an option I'd recommend if you do a lot of motorway driving, etc. And another main feature of the interior is just this whopping great screen. Keeps going and going and going. So basically the fact that when you look up, you just see sky. That's a feature I absolutely love. Something you get used to very quick, and as soon as you go in the car that doesn't have a screen like this, it's noticeable. People are so much more closed in. Storage at the front, slide that out. It's all a bit dirty. That's what happens when you've got a family of kids. And then you've got storage here as well for your cables, and armrests will slide back to give you cup holders. There you go. That's a quick look around. Hopefully you find that useful. I'll just step out so you can have one final look, and if I remember to say anything I forgot earlier. There we go. So 75D, October 2017 build. So this is kind of, they call it uncorked, which is a slightly faster version. We'll do 0 to 60 in just under 5 seconds, and trust me, that's quick enough for such a big car. Don't get me wrong, if you went for the performance P100D, you're going to get sub 3 seconds 0 to 60, which is actually ludicrous, but something which is perhaps not necessary for me, and also a lot of money. And there you go. Hope you find that useful. Any questions? Let me know. If you did find it useful, or find it kind of confirmed your desire to get a Model X, I'd be very grateful if you could use the referral code I've put below. That will give you free supercharging and actually $500 credit for the first user. That might be, you know, cable, etc. Credit towards accessories, etc. Or servicing. So hope you find it useful. Any questions or any requests for videos, let me know. I'm sure I'll be happy to help you out. There you go, Model X 75D, midnight silver, 20-inch alloys, and called Megatron. Well, see you soon, and be with you with another video probably in the next week or so.